How many of you out there have heard of the giant, extremely large aquatic monster, the Megalodon? Well, not really a monster, but a shark. The Megalodon, which translated means big tooth, is an extinct species of shark that's been gone from the seas for several million years. But if it were alive today, what animals does planet Earth offer that could be a rival to a Megalodon? Find out today as we explore the 10 biggest Megalodon enemies that ever existed. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Giant octopus. Our first stop on today's potential challengers for the infamous Megalodon is the giant Pacific octopus. This is the largest octopus species in the world and can be found in the northern portion of the Pacific Ocean. The longest giant Pacific octopus ever recorded was 30 feet across, so when it comes to a battle of brawn, this animal is no slouch. But of course, there are records of ancient megalodons reaching incredible lengths of 70 feet. So while the giant Pacific octopus would likely be a tremendous terror for most other modern-day sea creatures, in comparison to this prehistoric shark, well, this octopus may have just ended up as a snack. Although, maybe if that giant 8-armed animal could wrap its lengthy tentacles around the Megalodon's neck, then it would have a chance of surviving. Hey, maybe it could even beat the Megalodon in a fight. But alas, we're likely to never know. In this amazing image we uncovered online, there's an octopus with its tentacles wrapped around a shark. But these creatures are normally just bottom feeders. It wouldn't want to tackle a fully grown shark, or would it? Dunkleosteus. The Megalodon is undoubtedly most infamous for its size. As we've already stated, they could reach lengths of 70 feet and could have individual teeth that reached up to 7 inches. Can you even imagine 7-inch teeth? Anyway, the Dunkleosteus, another extinct fish that's been gone for more than 350 million years, wouldn't be able to compete with a Megalodon when it came to just size. No way, no how, not even close. However, this underwater animal is considered to be an ancient super predator, even though it would have been dwarfed by the giant Mega. The Dunkleosteus still comes in at a very impressive 20 to 30 feet long. This animal was dubbed the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the sea. The Dunkleosteus is one of the largest armored fish animals that live with a bony protective covering to ever live. It was bigger than an elephant and hunted down its prey without mercy. And next to the Megalodon, this creature had the most powerful bite of any fish to ever live. Great white shark. So everyone wants to know, could a modern-day great white shark, today's current biggest and meanest deep-sea predator, really go toe-to-toe, or fin-to-fin, with the ancient Megalodon? With one currently ruling the waters and the other long gone, well, we'll obviously never know. But just like everything else on today's countdown, the great white shark can't match the Mega in terms of sheer size. The largest great white shark ever measured came in at 37 feet, as listed by the Guinness Book of World Records. Though this occurred all the way back in the 1930s, so who knows? Just recently, in 2019, divers near Hawaii stumbled upon some rare footage that shows a lengthy 20-foot great white shark, affectionately named Deep Blue, feasting on a dead sperm whale. While clearly not as long as a 70-foot Mega, great whites are no pushover. While there's no proof that Megalodons traveled together, great whites usually do, moving from one spot to another in a group called a school. And when I say that these animals were created to hunt, I mean that a great white shark can detect 1 drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. And not only that, but they can sense even a small amount of blood from up to 3 miles away. Thalassomodon. We'll duck our heads back into the tank of ancient creatures for just a bit, as up next we'll get to talk about the Thalassomodon. Yeah, that's a mouthful. While researching for this video, I found it odd that I haven't heard much about this specific creature before today. An ancient reptile that lived in the water during the Jurassic period, the Thalassomodon was huge. As long as 40 feet, they had 6 feet fins on either side of their body that enabled them to swim gracefully underwater, and their primary diet back in the day consisted of whales and other large sea animals. At the end of the day, even considering everything that they enjoyed feasting on, I still don't think megalodons were on the menu for the Thalassomodon. Killer whales. When people think of modern-day ocean killers who are sitting at the top of the food chain, most folks' minds will instantly go to the great white shark. But did you know that there's actually another animal out there, one that hunts in packs like wolves, that has been known to attack and easily kill those same great whites? And of course, I'm talking about an orca, or what's otherwise known as a killer whale. These animals have certainly earned their nickname. This 4-inch toothed massive mammal has 2 different types, resident and transient. Resident whales live in groups and often eat salmon, but the transient killer whales have nomadic lives. They eat and will attack anything they can see, and trust me, they think and see a lot. From large fish to sea lions, sharks, and even other whales. These creatures are the apex predators wherever they roam. No exceptions. But are they imposing enough to take down a megalodon? Who knows? Lion's mane jelly. When you're looking for animals that could truly rival the largest meat-eating creature to ever exist on planet Earth, well, that isn't exactly an easy list to put together. But there's one creature in the ocean depths right now that could potentially take down a megalodon, and that's the lion's mane jelly. The jellyfish is the largest of its species, with tentacles that could stretch for more than 120 feet. With tentacles that size, this animal could rival the blue whale, the largest living animal in the world today. These creatures can also deliver quite a potent sting with these super long tentacles, and while that sting could be quite painful for human beings, on a healthy person, that sting isn't likely to be fatal. The most potent sting of any in the jelly family belongs to this guy, the sea wasp box jellyfish. These are among the most dangerous marine animals in the world. One sting from him and your blood pressure almost instantly spikes, which could seize your heart and almost certainly lead to death. Nothosaurus. Let's dive back into the list of long-gone creatures for just a second. The Nothosaurus, a word that translates into false lizard, is another extinct reptile that existed roughly 200 million years ago. The Nothosaurus only grew to about 13 feet, but are expected to have been very aggressive hunters. With mouths filled with super sharp teeth, they're often compared to modern-day seals, as it's believed that they spent at least part of their lives on land. In fact, this dinosaur is one of the first walking dinosaurs in animal history. They're also thought to have been ambush predators, much like the large cats of today, like lions and tigers. But let's be honest here, 13 feet long, webbed-footed fake reptiles? These might have just been a snack for the megalodon. So let's just keep things moving right along. Polar bears. Okay, stay with me. I know we're talking about potential animals of the late great megalodons, and polar bears are primarily land animals. But did you know that polar bears have been known to attack and kill beluga whales and even walruses? Polar bears that roam free in the Arctic Circle have no natural predators. They're usually smart and strong enough to win any fight. But there aren't any megalodons in the Arctic Circle. It's also worth mentioning that global warming continues to have effects all across the globe, with polar bears being no exception. While polar bears are fierce competitors on land, if they ever came face to face with the dinosaur shark, it probably would have been a really long day. Whale shark. We stated earlier that the infamous megalodons grew to lengths of over 70 feet, and finding an animal to rival that size isn't easy. One creature alive right now that does its best at impersonating the sheer bulk of this mega is the whale shark. These are the largest fish swimming around today. Despite their names, these animals are not whales, but they are sharks, even though they filter feed in a very whale-like fashion. Confusing, I know, but despite the commendable girth of the whale shark, a description that I've not once ever thought that I'd utter out loud, the 20-plus tons these creatures carried around likely would have just served up as fresh sushi for the Megalodon. These animals simply weren't equipped for that kind of a fight. Giant oceanic manta ray. And our final massive creature that could have, at some point in some realm, probably an unknown one, rivaled and even made an enemy out of the massive dino fish known as the Megalodon is the giant manta ray. Okay, well, to be completely honest, these animals may be pretty big. The largest recorded wingspan of one is a respectable 30 feet across, but they're pretty much puppy dogs when it comes to gigantic sharks. Unlike stingrays, the manta rays aren't equipped with the poisonous tail. As for their cousins, the biggest stingray ever caught on a rod and line was about 14 feet long and weighed around 800 pounds. Even with its venom-spewing defense mechanism, the stingray would likely be light work for the Megalodon, for sure. As you can see, when it comes to realistic enemies of the largest fish to have ever lived, there really aren't any. And when you really think about the fact that Megalodons have been extinct for millions of years, well, that's probably a good thing. Thanks so much for hanging out with the Supreme. We'll see you next time.